Hi guys, I'm MC. Today I'm doing an Elemental Hero deck profile. Alright here. So to start out, I have 3 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, because, she's like the bread and butter of the deck. Go into Dark Law, he's kind of your win condition in this game. Or, well, with this deck I should say, because he's kind of keeping the deck competitive. Everybody plays Dark Law. Banishes all your opponent's stuff, so really handy. Alright, and then I have Elemental Hero Neosalius, because you can mass change into him and go into Koga, which is really handy. Koga is really good. For every monster your opponent has, he gains 500 attack. And you can banish an Elemental Hero from your graveyard to weaken one of your opponent's monsters by the attack of that Elemental Hero. So that's, really good. Alright, so the next one I got is Summoner Monk. He's pretty good because you can pitch a spell and special summon Shadow Mist or whatever you need to go into. Another level 4, so you could do a rank 4 play like Castel or Silent Honor Arc, or Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon is pretty good too. Then I got Bubble Man. I might take one of these out to put in an Elemental Hero Ice Edge, since Elemental Hero Ice Edge you can attack directly. Well, if you pitch a card, you can attack directly, and if you inflict battle damage, you can destroy one of their set spell or trap cards. So that's pretty good. So I might take out one of the Bubble Mans and put in Ice Edge. Then I got Goblinberg. Oh yeah, also you can go into Acid with Mass Change on Bubble Man or Ice Edge, so that's really handy too. Or Vapor, I guess, if you need that, but Acid's better since he takes all their spells and traps. So now I got Goblinberg, which is another good one. You can summon him and then supposed to summon another level 4 or lower monster from your hand. Really good. Go into more rank 4 plays. I like to do that, or take him from my hand. Then, if I don't have like Shadow Mist in my hand, if I have like Bubble Man or something like that, I can go into like Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, which is really handy in that. Weaken your opponent's monsters and like have him gain attack. So that's pretty handy to go into sometimes. Then I got Silent Swordsman. All you have to do is tribute a warrior monster, special summon him from your hand. Yeah, sorry, man, I cannot think. Special summon him from your hand, and he can negate a spell card during either player's turn. And he also gains 500 attack during each draw phase. I believe it's the draw phase. Let me double check by reading it. Or during each standby phase, sorry. Duh. Yeah, so standby phase is better. And then I got Silent Swordsman level 5. I'm going to get level 7. I'm in the process of ordering that. Because level 7's better since it's pretty much an Imperial Order on the field. Negates all spell cards. And I want to say it has 2,800 attack. It might have 2,700. I can't remember for sure. But I'm going to get that. And I might just keep him in there too, just because when your I forgot to mention that. But when your Silent Swordsman gets destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon any Silent Swordsman monster, ignoring summoning conditions. So that's really good. So you could get out 5 or 7 would be better since he negates all spell cards. Would kind of slow down your deck since this deck relies a lot on spell cards. But he's still pretty good because he can shut down like Trickstars or Sky Strikers. Or Trickstar Sky Strikers. So that's pretty good to do. Alright, so the next one I got is Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. He's really good. Banish a light and dark from your graveyard, special summon him. Then he can banish a card on the field or attack twice if he destroyed one of your opponent's other monsters. So that's really good. Then I got 3 Mass Change. That's really good. Mass Change into Dark Law, Acid, Anki, Deanne, Vapor, Divine Wind, whatever you got. So that's really good. You guys probably already know what it does. Like it, and I kind of already explained it, but yeah. So the next one is Hero Lives. First turn Dark Law if you have it in your hand. A lot of other combos you can do if you just need like one other card, like Neil's Alias or something like that. Get him on the field. It's pretty good overall. So next one is Emergency Call. I might bump that up to 3, just because 3 is nice to have to search your heroes. That's pretty much all it does. So it's pretty good at searching heroes though. And I believe, yeah, if I was running Honest Neos in here, which I have, I just don't have him in the deck. I might put him in there, but yeah, he can search that out too. And then you have like protection for all your hero monsters if they're attacked. Drop him like an Honest. Drop him like a Bad Habit. I'm just kidding. Drop him like an Honest, and then he can buff up your Dark Law or whatever's being attacked. Then I got Silent Sword Slash in the deck here. That's really good because you can activate that on one of your Silent Swordsmen, and then they gain 1500 attack, and then they're unaffected by all card effects. So, it's really good to attack and like get over stuff. Possibly OTK in some instances, so that's pretty handy. And then you can also banish that from the graveyard to add a Silent Swordsman from your deck to your hand, so that's also pretty good. I do like to do that sometimes. Well, actually, it's really handy to do that a lot of the time, because then if you have like 2 Silent Swordsmen on the field, you can have 2 spell negations, like once per turn. So that's pretty handy. So I guess it'd be 2 spell negations per turn, whatever. But you know what I mean. Then I got Foolish Burial. You don't get Shadow Mist to the graveyard to search a hero, or Neil's Alias or something like that to the graveyard, and then you can switch summon BLS, stuff like that. All those fun combos. Then I got Foolish Burial Goods to send Silent Sword Slash to the graveyard, and then you can, get your Silent Swordsman to your hand by banishing it. Then I got Rhoda, searches all level 4 or lower warrior monsters, so really good. It's at 1. I'd run probably more if it wasn't. It's pretty good. And then I got Mass Charge. Mass Charge is good, but I wouldn't run any more than 1 of them because they can get kind of bricky. I used to run, I think, 2 or 3 in the deck, but it just gets way too bricky, and you don't want to see it that often. But I think 1 is pretty good because you see it pretty much when you need to go into some combos and stuff, so it's pretty good. Then I got Miracle Fusion because, you can throw in, or you can get Absolute Zero out on the field, which is pretty good, especially if you mass change him into Acid, and then boom, complete board wipe for your opponent, or against your opponent. Then I got Mass Change 2. You can put Goblinberg into Deanne, Mass Change Goblinberg into Deanne, or Summoner Monk into Anki, or not into Anki. Well, you could use it to go into Anki, but more preferably Dark Law, so that's pretty good. Then I got Poly, to go into your other fusions too, so that's pretty good. Twin Twisters, get rid of your opponent's spells and traps, like always. You all know what that does. Pot of Desires, because you run 2s and 3s of most of the cards you need, so Pot of Desires is probably not going to banish what you need. And then you draw 2 cards, so it's pretty good anyway. Then I got Monster Reborn. Get a card from your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard, whatever you need. I guess you could special summon Shadow Mist with that. Get another Mass Change search and then go into Dark Law or Anki, so that's really good. Or if you have Bubble Man in your hand, summon him and then board wipe their traps, so that's pretty handy. Then I got Lost Wind here. Lost Wind is good because your opponent special summons a monster. You can activate that, and it negates their effects and also halves their attack. So it gets rid of stuff like Sabretooth or Fright for Sabretooth or Beals. I don't even know if any is really playing Beals anymore. Probably be going on into other stuff. So yeah, I also might add in Scapegoat to this deck too, because I'm in the process. I'm probably gonna buy a Boar Load pretty soon, and that'd be really good to go into in this deck. So I'm thinking about doing that. I think Boar Load's only like 35 right now, so it's not too bad to really spend on. So I might do that, and then also add that to this deck, and a Scapegoat to this deck, so I can do that. Then I got Call. Oh yeah, I also didn't really finish explaining Lost Wind. Also though, Lost Wind is permanent, and if your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, you can set it back to the field. So, and I have 2 of these in the deck, so it's like having 4 of them, and then you can use it again. But the next time I believe you use it, you have to banish it. Yeah, you do. But like I said, I have Call to go into Shadow Mist again or whatever. Get Mass Change. Then I have Compulse. Gets rid of pretty much anything except stuff that can't be targeted. But gets rid of so many boss monsters. So handy. Shoots it back to the extra deck or to the hand if they're not an extra monster. So I got Mirror Force as well. I'm probably going to throw that, or kick that out, and then putting Stormy Mirror Force, because Stormy Mirror Force is better. And I might put in a second Stormy Mirror Force too, if I do that. I'm still kind of like working with this deck, you know, still in progress and everything. So that's pretty good. Then I got Solemn Strike, you know, negate summons or the effects of monsters and destroy them. So that's really handy. So that's the main deck here, guys. Let me move this out of the way, and then we'll get to the extra deck. I know it looks pretty messy probably, but, you know. Alright, so the extra deck here, we got Decode Talker. Pretty good. You know, he gains 500 attack for each card it points to. Or, yeah, each zone it points to, I guess I should say, that a monster's in. So I like using that. That's pretty good. Then I got the Utopia package here. I like running the 3 Utopias because then you can get lightning up to 5,000 twice and run over your opponent's boss monsters or whatever they have. You know, you can even win the duel in some instances too, so that's really handy. Let's see what else we got. So we got Dark Law. Dark Law is pretty good. Pretty much your main go-to to the deck, or in the deck, because, you know, he banishes all your opponent's stuff, and then if they search for something, you can banish one random card out of their hand, which is really fun to do. I really like doing that because they're just like, especially if it's the exact card they searched for, because then they're just like, oh fuck, well I searched for that, and then, you know, it screws them over. So it's really funny. Alright, so then you got Absolute Zero. You know, he's a board wipe if he leaves the field. So that's really handy, especially if you mass change him into Acid, because then destroys all their stuff. So that's really handy. You know, since Acid destroys all spells and traps on the field, and Absolute Zero destroys all monsters on the field. Well, all your opponent's monsters. So that's pretty good. And then I got Koga. I was already talking about him, so you know what he does. So he's pretty good. Then we got Anki, since you can destroy a monster and then search mass change card from your deck to your hand. And then we got Shining. Shining's pretty good. Let me read its effect because I don't know like completely offhand. So what it does is this card gains 300 attack for each of your banished banished elemental hero monsters. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target up to 2 of your banished monsters or banished elemental hero monsters and add those targets to your hand. So that's pretty good. So this thing can get pretty beefy if you have a lot of banished monsters. Like let's say you use Miracle Fusion to, you know, to use that. So that's pretty fun, and you can get it pretty beefy that way. And then I got Blade Armor Ninja. You know, you can take a card from him, or an Xyz material from him, and then make it so one of your cards can attack twice. I'm going to add in Silent Honor Arc and Castell, and probably Dark Rebellion and Xyz Dragon into this, as well as the Warlord I was talking about I might get earlier. I just haven't got him yet, but as soon as I get him, I'm going to put him right in this deck probably, and then do an updated deck profile. You know, it's pretty handy. All those cards are the rank 4 toolbox and stuff, but yeah. So that's my Elemental Hero deck my Masked Hero deck profile. Hope you guys like it, like and subscribe. See you guys next time.